So now we're on the roof, right? Obviously, we don't have a roof that we can cut, so the best way to recreate that is, this is a prop with chalk on the end, so you can at least get a feel of what we're looking to do, okay? So we're on the roof. I'm sitting here, I'm sounding. The reason why I like this plaster hook is because it's got some surface area to it. I can use the corner to try to really sound and push my way through, right? He's following in behind me until we get to where I want, and then I basically say, go ahead and cut. First thing he's gonna do is he's gonna cut a nice size triangle inspection hole right on the corner. Yeah, that's fine. That could be bigger, but why do we do an inspection hole? See what comes through. See what we're above the fire. Why else?
Where's the rafters?
The rafters.
Which way the rafters are running. I'd like this a little bit bigger, but that's okay. All right. So that's the first thing we're going to do is see which way the rafters are running. I mean, chances are we're going to be what kind of fires are we going to have?
Residential.
We pretty much know the way the rafters are running because most houses in Medfield are pitched, right? So we obviously know. So once I go cut, so I'm gonna lay my saw, and then what he's gonna do now. So the way the academy teaches it, right, is either you come up, because don't forget this is a whole roof. So you're either gonna come up and you're gonna do your head cut, right?
Right.
Then you said it's okay for you to stand in this when you do this cut, right?
Right.
You're gonna do your far cut. Then you do your bottom cut. And then you finish off your cut right here, right? Always stepping out, you're never in the hole. Okay? The issue with this is now, and Chief, I didn't tell you, I wanted to show them what a trash hook looks like instead of a pipe pole or with the two prongs that we don't have, because that's really what you need to pull this whole section up at that point, because that's what you're looking to do. Another way of doing this, which you don't have to do this, it's called louvering. And there's a certain louver which I'm used to and I've been trained, it's called sevens, okay? It's either backward sevens or forward sevens, doesn't matter. Let's just say this blue piece is in here and we start over again from scratch. I made my inspection hole, I don't even care if it's right here, and I'm gonna go this way. So I know which way the rafters are running. My first cut, since I know there's a rafter right here, I always mark my rafters. That's just something I always learned how to do. You always mark your rafters in case, if you're down here, you can get a good idea of where it is in case you get lost. Make your first cut down here. You're gonna come here, there's your first 7. You're gonna roll, right? The biggest thing with your saw, the more angled you get, oh, that's what I was gonna say. The more angled you get, you can't feel when you're hitting a rafter. Now don't forget, a lot of the new construction now is truss roof. So you're talking about 2x4 top cord with webbing in between. It is gonna be very easy to cut through that. The more straight up you're at, the more resistance you're gonna feel on that rafter. The more angled you are, the less you're gonna get a feel for what that rafter feels like when you roll it. When the Chief finally gets the new ones, and even with the old ones, a good way of learning is on pallets. If you can learn how to roll a pallet, you can certainly learn how to roll a rafter, because it's a lot less to it, not much anymore. So, I'm gonna come here, find my rafter. When I mean roll it, I mean I'm gonna come up over it. I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna come right down. Another 7, I'm gonna roll it, mark it, come right down. And so on and so forth, right? So I get here, I roll it, and I come down here. So now, you have all your louvers now. what I mean by louvers is you have all these cuts running along your rafters. So now your only cut that you have left, and the other advantage to these 7s is you are never standing in a cut. You're never standing in the hole because you're moving towards you. So everything behind you is solid. You make your final cut right here, and then just hold on to this. Then I'm gonna grab my tool, and all I'm gonna do is on one side of each louver, just punch it through. They're gonna flip up like this, if not straight in, all along. And then you can punch through to a false ceiling or whatever you want, and you're done. To me, it's the easiest cut. It just works better. It's you don't have to think about it. You just cut, find the rafter, cut down. Cut down. You got your 7s, you louver it, you're done. Does that make sense to everybody? I can never remember the head cut, a far cut, the lower cut, and then and not only that, but now you have one big piece. Now remember, they're 8-foot sections, right? Of OSB or plywood. So, but this is what, in my experience, I'm not a truck guy per se. I was an engine guy, but I did cut on roofs when I worked callbacks, and I let the guys teach me. I mean, because we had four people, so my job was to back up, point to where I wanted it, and just watch. Hands off the tools. And be listening from command, because it's really important that you hear changing conditions. You're on the roof, you don't know what's going on underneath. But we don't have that luxury, right? I mean, we're lucky